My job here in Madrid is complete and it's time to resign, and the Real Madrid board are begging me to stay. But with Spain complete, I leave the best team in the world behind. And it's straight on to finding the next role, applying for Chelsea and potentially crossing off the Europa League next season. With Dad complete in Italy, he also resigned from Inter Milan, who did not ask him to stay at all. Of course, he didn't let it rattle him though. And straight away on the same day, he went and applied for my old job at Real Madrid, as well as the vacant role at Bayern Munich too. Chelsea wasted no time in asking me to come in for an interview for their role. And almost immediately it seemed, I was offered the job. And right away I noticed a free signing of Nicolo Barella coming into the side, which of course is Dad's old mate from Inter Milan. Meanwhile, Dad was brought to Munich for an interview, and they offered him the job before any news from Real Madrid, so Dad delayed the confirmation. Thomas Tuchel ended up leaving PSG and took on Dad's old role at Inter Milan. And finally, Dad got the Real Madrid interview he really wanted, but he wasn't favourite for the job. But he had another option as Pochettino left Liverpool for PSG. And they approached Dad to see if he wanted an interview, but he turned it down. However, Omega Dad was waiting ages for the response he really wanted. Dad, I moved to Chelsea. I think it was the best move that I could possibly have made at that point.
They're in the Europa League, aren't they? So that's the one European Cup that you're after, so yeah, very, very sensible move.
Yeah, and the FA Cup, of course, I have yet to win, thanks to my quick move out of Newcastle and straight to PSG earlier on in Glory Hunter. But yeah, I think Chelsea gives me a great opportunity to win the Europa League. We qualified for it, we've got our fixtures out. I'm happy. Let's have a look at this Chelsea team, because how they finished 6th, don't know.
No.
Unbelievable team. So, I've actually made a couple of transfers as well. And funny enough, they had already signed Nicolo Barella on a free from Dad's Inter Milan side. So, I was like, yeah, cool.
That's quite bad, because they were losing their main striker as well, weren't they?
Yeah, he was going out. That's why I didn't want to go anywhere near Inter Milan. I thought, nope, no chance. So, yeah, that was a good move to come in. And then I sold Enzo Fernandez. He had his last year of his contract. He wanted to leave. 35 million is like nowhere near the value that he should have gone for, but when they are 1 year left in their contract, wanting to leave on a free, you just take anything you can, unfortunately. Yeah. So he's gone out for £35 million, so I brought in 2 replacements. I had about £100 million in transfer budget, so I brought in Kefren Turan as the starting position for £69 million. I want him to be like my Bellingham.
Yeah,
at Real Madrid. Bellingham at Real Madrid for me scored 25 league goals last season. And Kefren Turan comes in very much nowhere near as good, but very much the similar type of player. That centre midfield on attack is fantastic for him. He's already got 3 and 4.
Good start.
Oh, yeah.
Good start.
That's what I'm hoping. £69 million, I think, is a bargain.
Number.
And it's a naughty number as well. How do you know about that? And then, actually, don't tell me. Just remembered who I asked. And then as a backup, because I didn't have many backups in centre midfield, Kobbie Mainoo, one of my favourite players to watch right now in a Manchester United shirt. Kobbie Mainoo comes in, he's homegrown, so that's another string to my bow for the reason to sign him for £51 million. He's been playing a lot of football for Manchester United, who just won the Europa League.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can win back-to-back. That's the plan. Tactically, now I've gone for this, and it's strategic. So, in the other leagues where I'm looking to win the league, win the cup, I'm going all out. I'm going attacking, and that's basically how we try and win the league. Because you know you're going to pick up some losses here and there. And occasionally you're going to get battered because the team just outright outplays you when you're playing to attacking. But I'm not here to win the league. I'm here to win a cup, FA Cup, and the Europa League over 2 legs. I need to be smart about this.
Well, I did say to you when you put this tactic out, this is more of a European tactic rather than a winning a league tactic. So I'm trying to be smart with it. We've got a fantastic team. I'm not nailing anybody down throughout the season. Evan Ferguson is my star striker up front. He's suspended for the next game, but that's absolutely fine. He is phenomenal. Barcelona sniffing around. You're having him in the team, aren't you?
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, didn't you buy him for them? I think you bought him. You did. Yeah. £81 million. Kendry Paez has grown into a fantastic player on that left-hand side. Darvic that they picked up from Barcelona, he's there as well. Obviously, Turan Barella Barella. Caicedo is phenomenal now, so don't have to worry about that position for a while. Hincampe, which is another position that you bought, of course, next to Levi Colwer, who's developed quite nicely. Next to the Ukrainian centre-back who turned me down 2 seasons in a row. So I came after him and said, he has 19 for pace.
He's quick.
That is rapid. 22 years of age as well. We got
Reece
James,
who's rapid as well. You got James is quick as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all right. He's not bad. He's a little bit old now. Yeah. He's 31, so his pace has dropped down to 14. And then of course Diogo Costa in goal.
Keeper, I reckon, on the game.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of like good backup options as well. This man looks quite nice if we did play a number 10. We don't. I'm training him to play on the right hand side, but he's not bad as a backup striker really. Lynch again is a good centre back backup option. Latifi's a good CDM. We've just got a player in each position there, which is doing okay for us. Now, fixture-wise for us, we have played a few games. Now, there's also a game that's coming up next against Liverpool, who offered Dad a job.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And we still don't know where Dad's gone yet.
They come hunting for me.
Yeah, they asked for you for an interview, but you declined it.
Yeah.
You had business elsewhere, and they took on Zinedine Zidane. Ooh, interesting. Now, the 4 games that I've played. Burnley 3-0, West Ham 2-1. Arsenal smashed them 5-0. And when this came up, I said, whoever's the Arsenal manager, they should be sacked for that bad performance. It's Pep Guardiola. So I don't know how long he's been there. He's been there since 2026. This is his 5th year. So, I mean, 5-0, getting absolutely tonked. And then Andrew Revan.
Boy, back down the graph.
Yeah, so Benoit Badiashile, former Chelsea player as well, scored 2 goals, and we got a 92nd minute equaliser. So, the Europa League fixtures. Let's take a look, and then we can finally see where Dan went. PSV Eindhoven, Rapid Vienna, Toulouse, Karabakh, Trabzonspor, Maccabi Haifa, Cluj and Udinese. Now, the Europa League, I genuinely think I stand a good chance. And if you look at the teams that are in this division now, we don't have to worry about teams coming down from the Champions League. It's just who is in here.
And to be honest with you, there's no one there that should touch your team.
Yeah, usually there's like 1 or 2. You're like, oh, maybe I need to avoid them. But you look at it, and it's Lazio, and then that's might be it.
Yeah.
I can't see another team that realistically should challenge me. Cologne, of course, won the Bundesliga at some point, but they've dropped off since. They got Marco Silva. They got a couple of good players, nowhere near what I would consider a contender. I should be winning this tournament.
Absolutely, you should.
Yeah.
This should be in the bag for you.
Yeah, Lazio's my only really contender there. Baldanzi is their star player, who is fantastic, worth over £200 million, but I still should be beating Lazio, I think. So I stand a very good chance.
Yeah.
Dad, finally, you had applied for 2 jobs.
I applied for 2 jobs, yeah. Applied for the Bayern Munich job and the Real Madrid job, and I got the Bayern Munich job. They offered it to me. They went to the interview and they offered it to me.
But
I wanted the Real Madrid job more, didn't I? So I had to delay the decision.
Yes.
They offered me the job before I even had the interview for the Real Madrid job. So I had to delay it with fingers crossed and hoping that the interview would come up.
And then
the interview did come up.
And you moved to Real Madrid.
I had to take that chance tonight.
You were just riding my coattails.
I just had to take. That team was so good. It gives me the chance of winning the Champions League and doing whatever I can. There's only 2 teams you guarantee you're going to win the league in Spain.
Yeah.
Barcelona and Real Madrid, virtually.
Yeah, you have to build up other teams.
Yes, you have to build them up, and then those 2 teams have bad seasons, which doesn't happen very often. So I had to take a chance and wait for this job. It was there. Zidane was the favourite to get it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was there to be taken, so I just waited for it to see if it come up. Got the interview, got it.
Yeah.
So now I've just got to go in and do what I can do, and hopefully, I'm hoping really I could do it all in one season. But
I mean, yeah, you could win the league, win the cup, and Champions League in one go.
They are good enough to do that.
Yeah,
you proved that. They are definitely good enough to do that. It's only Barcelona's going to stop me from winning the league, I feel, and obviously the Copa del Rey. So the Champions League is on the day, really, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So you had about £100 million worth of players. You established that there was one position you wanted to change, to improve.
Well, that was mainly because of the tactic I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I wanted to play a very attacking tactic. I decided that during the week when I've been thinking about it, because obviously I knew you were going to hand your notice in type of thing. So I've been thinking about a tactic I could play with Real Madrid, and I just thought, no, bugger it. I'm going to go full out attack. And you played 1 striker. So I've decided to play 2 strikers with a shadow striker as well. So I needed another striker.
Yeah. and you picked up this man, which was all of your budget in one go. You were like the spawniest man ever because he was rated as the highest player from your scouts.
Yeah.
Marçal, who came from Villarreal on a £115 million release clause. He got 23 goals last season in La Liga. He is pretty special.
I think it finishes off that team.
Yeah.
With the tactic that I'm playing.
Yeah. I mean, the 14 pace and acceleration, that's still good. 14 is obviously a very good number.
Yeah.
But that is like the only thing you go, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because the rest of him, 18 for anticipation, 19 composure, 18 off the ball. He's got 15 strength.
Yeah.
He can use both feet. He's a good finisher, good first touch. Good pass with the ball, work rate, determination's all right.
It's all there, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
And he's only 22.
Yeah, he's only 22 as well. He's already got caps.
It's hell of a buy for them, really.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
Madrid, so.
Yeah, it would make sense in a real life situation that he would go there. So, and so far, he's got 1 goal and 2 assists, which is amazing.
No.
Not compared to
But then, I think he's been helping the other striker that was already there, because when we go on to who has scored the goals,
Dusan Vlahovic has been scoring a lot of goals for you. So, your best pick 11. This is the tactic that you are running. Talk to me about it and your best pick 11.
Like I said, I wanted to go more attacking, so I decided who was my best wingers, because I knew I was going to do away with winger, and it's obviously Junior.
Junior, yeah.
So I've left him as the winger. Then I've gone for my 2 strikers and my shadow striker. I was open to play Bellingham at a shadow striker, wasn't I?
Yeah.
But when we put in the best 11, it dropped Bellingham and put Drezzo in. And I forgot about Drezzo being in the team.
Yeah.
So remembering what happened with you playing Bellingham in that same position last season, he scored that amount of goals.
Yeah.
It made sense to keep it as it was.
I mean, yeah, last season he got 26 and 15, 25 and 15 the season before that.
I mean, he's had 5 assists and scored 1, which was in the last game where we just played before.
Yeah.
We're ready to go, isn't it?
So he does score and create so many opportunities from that centre midfield on attack. Are you afraid of support roles?
Looking at that, you pointed out to me, I obviously am, and but if you look at it, they're nearly. I said to you I wanted to play a very attacking side. So every player that I feel that needs to be attacking is attacking. I'm not interested in getting back in and helping out. Let's just go. I got the ball winner in defence, so he'll help the defence out, and I'll just help the defence to do their job that they're paid to do.
Right. Okay.
Let the forwards get in and bang the goals in.
All right. And so far, they have definitely done that.
Yeah.
You have won all 5 games so far this season. Not convincingly in some, but some others, yes.
I beat the best team in the world 4-1, so that must be convincing.
Oh, glad you agree. They were the Europa League winners, as mentioned, which meant you played them in the UEFA Super Cup and defeated them 4-1. Real Zaragoza was the first game of the season 3-1, which was quite funny because they had Real and a white kit, and we thought you lost the first game of the season. Straight away, we were like, oh, no, you're the other way team. Villarreal, you beat them 5-1 after stealing their best player, and he scored against them as well. It's just to rub it in. Albacete, only 2-0, which is like...
It's alright, it's away though.
Yeah, and then our favourite Spanish team, Mallorca, 5-2.
And that's where Bellingham's just started scoring now. So he's up and running as well now. So I'm
Vlahovic with a hat-trick. He has got a lot.
Well,
he's got 6 goals so far in the 4 appearances. Only 28 last season, so... Yeah, he's already on course to defeat that. Your Champions League fixtures, because that is the competition that you're aiming for this season. Zinedine Zidane's Liverpool, of course. Stuttgart, Salzburg, Olympiacos. Then, of course, you've got Arsenal, Pep Guardiola, Marseille, Apoel, and then... Who? I've never heard of them. Xavi's Tottenham. Is also there.
I mean, I'm just hoping I'm not playing too attacking. Because like I said, your team is definitely European competition tactics.
Yeah.
Mine's to win the league tactics.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping I'm not playing too attacking.
You've got time on your hands, really,
That's right,
with this,
I mean,
because none of these players are like late 30s.
No. I mean, I can easily change that tactic next season if I do the double.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about that. So
yeah. Because the Inter Milan job, you knew you didn't have a lot of time.
Well, no,
you had players leaving.
Their 2 best players
Barella,
leaving.
and Martinez. Yeah. So you knew you didn't really have a lot of time. I mean, if you have a look at the Inter Milan side now, they took over by Thomas Tuchel, which was the PSG manager, which is quite funny anyway. They still got, obviously, Hendrick and stuff like that. But did Lautaro Martinez leave? He might have gone as well. We have to have a look, to be fair, because he was your best striker while you were there. Yeah. And he's gone to PSG.
Yeah. Well, he said he was going to go, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said that was his last season to me when I was there. So
he went to PSG on a free after 27 goal contribution, or 27 goals last season, 29 the season before that, 2 years
that
that
was
you
the
were there.
season I was there,
So yeah, I think it was a good move for you. Annoyingly, that it obviously takes in my shadow of the Real Madrid job, but that is Glory Hunter. You were ready to leave when I was gone.
I mean, it was just convenient that each time you've left PSG and I've left Inter Milan, both times you were leaving a team that I needed to take over.
Yeah.
So I've just slotted back into the really.
Yeah. So.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got it at the moment.
I think it makes up for the 2 times I've tried screwing you over. I must be honest, but there we go.
I mean, you had the luck the very first year, didn't you, when you'd done the German league?
That wasn't luck, my friend. That was skill.
Come on.
That was absolute skill. I had luck when the PSG manager came out.
Yeah.
That was luck.
Yeah.
That was also absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Right. Let's simulate this then. This is a night season and see what happens during this season, because now we're at new clubs. Don't think we're going to be leaving them anytime soon, but we've got a couple of competitions that we've got our eye on, and potentially we could cross off in this episode. Dad and his new Real Madrid side settled very well at the start of the season, with his old mate Buonanni continuing to work well in Dad's system, as well as the new signing Marcel, who benefited with some goals. And they absolutely destroyed Barcelona in the first El Clasico of the season, 5-1. By Christmas, they were walking away with the La Liga title already, 8 points clear, as well as being unbeaten in the Champions League. Meanwhile, back in England, I was focused on the Europa League run, putting away teams of ease. Losing only 1 game in the whole of the league phase, topping that league, which included an 11-0 away win, which was very impressive. We were even doing well in the Premier League with an outside chance there as well. But as each round of the Europa League came, we look more and more certain to win it, all the way to the final versus Schalke. However, my dad was on a similar path with this Real Madrid team, the Real Madrid team I won the Champions League with last season. But let's check in before the finals, because they weren't the only competitions we were thriving in. Oh, second in the league on the same points.
That's unlucky, but then you didn't need the Premier League, did you? So
no.
That's still good, because you need to be on a winning sort of run, really, don't you?
Yeah, you need to keep the job.
Yeah.
Of course. So, obviously, taking them from 6th to 2nd on the same points is not too bad at all. And league-wise, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. You got to be.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Considering how good Man City's team still is, on the same, we had the best record on the league. They just scored more goals.
Yeah.
Or conceded less, in fact. But profile of the league, Erling Haaland got 27 and Ferguson got 22. Yeah. All right.
That's why they came
deserved
first.
It. Yeah, absolutely. However, the 2 competitions that I needed to win, and we've come back early because I am in the final of the Europa League. Now, let's not talk about the fact that Tottenham Hotspur knocked me out the semi-final. 1-0, annoyingly. That's really
they've
frustrating.
done me a big favour there.
So, yeah, I mean, I was knocking out teams quite easily. There's Everton 3-2 there, 4-0 against Millwall, and in the third round, whatever. So, I mean, yeah, that was great. So I have got the Europa League to play. So we're going to see how we get on
with the team that you've got. That's where we expected you to be, isn't it?
Yeah,
in
definitely.
The final. So.
And I'll be really annoyed if I don't win this. I mean, 100%. I lost 1 in the league there to Cluj, but I probably had already qualified at that point.
Look how many goals you scored.
Yeah, stupid amount. Goal difference is plus 30. My round of 16 knocked out Fenerbahce, only just 3-2 as well. It was a close one. Quarter-final, 5-0 against Gordons, and then in the semi-final, I knocked out Alaves. So I had an easy run as well. Let's be fair, that wasn't a very difficult run. Lazio were nowhere to be seen there. The only team I said would actually cause me a little bit of trouble, who actually won it 3 years ago, by the way. They won it back then in 2029. So, yeah, I've got Schalke to play, but also, Dad, you won the league. 106 points. You've got a game to play, but you are already crowned champions. You're crowned
1 and lost 1
a long time ago because you're 25 points clear of Barcelona.
With the team that I got, it had to be, didn't it?
Yeah.
I noticed Barcelona started dropping points quite early, so I knew I was in quite comfortable as well, really.
Lost to Bilbao, drew to Valencia.
I was
goal difference of 102.
I was giving Barcelona hammerings as well, so...
102 for the goal difference. You conceded only 27, scored 129 so far. Profile, Dusan Vlahovic with 33. You got the top 3 for average rating. Jude Bellingham, most assists.
We knew that was going to happen to me, so...
Yeah, can't get the goals of Jude Bellingham, though, can you?
No, that's all right. I still won the Liga, so I'm happy.
How did you do in the other competitions, though? Dad also has a cup final.
Chuffed to bits with that, but gutted with the... Copa del Rey.
Yeah, quarter-final against Valencia.
Lost on penalties. And I had them and I lost that game, and about 2 games later I beat them 6-0.
Yeah.
So absolutely gutted. But I mean, Barcelona. Oh, they're still there. Barcelona. I thought they'd got knocked out of that. So
they might.
Are they in the final?
They lost in the final to Valencia. You lost to the winners.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Oh well,
can't be helped. However,
this is the main one. If I can get this one in the bag, then I can concentrate on one trophy next season. So
that's 3 finals in a row for Real Madrid.
Yeah,
because I got there the season before, but didn't quite win it.
I know this is going to be an hard game as well because Milan, didn't they do me for this? Against Inter.
Yeah, they were very good. Milan's team is absolutely awesome. They still got Pioli there. They got Javi Guerra from Valencia's youth academy. He's phenomenal. What a midfielder. They got some cracking players there. So that's going to be a really difficult game for you.
Yeah.
But first, it's the Europa League, and I have picked my lineup, and this is it. Now, I am taking some risks. I've got some players who are a little bit injured, but I'd rather just play my best team rather than that. And play some different types of players that haven't necessarily performed as well as these guys on the pitch who probably got me to the final. So, without further ado, let's see whether I can win the Europa League, and then we'll come back and see what Dad does in the Champions League final. So yes, my Chelsea team line up in the 4-3-3 that has given us a very respectful season so far to get to the final against Schalke, a team we know very little about really. But the Europa League is arguably the hardest competition to win in Glory Hunter. It requires the right place with right time managerial movements, and I have given myself a perfect opportunity this season with Chelsea to nail it in the first attempt. But 0-0 until midway through the second half, and Leopold is through for Schalke and makes no mistake giving them the lead. I thought it was over until the 89th minute, where we stay patient in the build-up, and with a bit of luck too, Ali Duckett was through and equalised, much to my relief. However, immediately from the kickoff, where we were at our most vulnerable to score, Schalke find an opening and completely crush our momentum, scoring a second. And the final whistle blows. The score is Chelsea 1, Schalke 2, and our Europa League dreams are over for this season. The perfect plan just missed the perfect execution. Doing everything right all the way to the final and losing due to a quick lapse in concentration from kickoff. Absolutely gutted. Well, that was a wasted chance.
I can't believe you lost it. He was all over him, really.
I battered them. I had the best chances. They just caught me on the break a couple of times.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking as well.
Yeah,
95th minute after equalising the 90th.
Good substitution, that, bringing him on, and he's got the goal for you, get you back in the game. But
yeah. That's so annoying because now, obviously, I need to find a different club if I want to win the Europa League.
Yeah, you're not going to be in it, are you?
No.
You're in the Champions League now.
In the Champions League next season. I know I'm only in England just to win the FA Cup. So I've only got to pin my hopes on one thing next year, which is annoying, and that is definitely a big chance wasted.
This is where the game gets interesting, though, isn't it?
It does, yeah, because if we start to struggle now, it's going to be one of those things. Dad, it is time for the Champions League final against AC Milan. Your first Champions League final, and you're without Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, so, I mean...
You've changed the tactic because of it.
I didn't want to change anything else. I knew I had another good winger for the opposite side, so... That's what I've done. I just changed wingers from the opposite side.
Yeah.
This guy's brilliant to come back into the team.
Oh, yeah. Buonani's absolutely incredible.
So I'm just hoping that one change really. And I've changed my left back more as an attacking left back now because obviously he's got a lot of space to run into.
Yeah, compared to last tactic, which would have been that. Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that's what it is. I mean, I'm lucky you had a lot of players playing that weren't just quite there, weren't you?
Yeah, you've been all right.
Yeah, I'm not too bad at that, really. So I'm just hoping this will be a good enough team to win it.
It's really annoying, the Champions League final. You get a week and a half's rest.
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't. I had to play 4 days after.
Yeah.
So, a lot of my players were struggling, which is my excuse. That's the excuse I'm going to use. All right, Dad, Champions League final. Let's see if you can add that to your Glory Hunter cabinet.
I've got to get this one in the bag. I've got one trophy in there, and I've got to get this one in the bag now.
Let's see. Dad's taken a slight risk, mirroring his formation and switching wings, and that could either be genius or foolish, and there's only one way to find out. Because this Real Madrid team is amazing. It was the last 2 seasons when I was in charge and we reached the final both seasons as well. And this is Dad's huge opportunity to get his hands on that Champions League. And it started so well when a player was brought down for a penalty in just the 4th minute of the match for Real Madrid, with top scorer Vlahovic to take, and he missed. But Dad was sweating for a very short period of time because Vlahovic actually scored from a corner just 15 minutes later. And then he went and doubled Real Madrid's lead 10 minutes after that from an unbelievable assist by Jude Bellingham in the heart of the midfield. And right on the stroke of half-time, from another corner, Jude Bellingham stepped up to score himself and make it 3-0. AC Milan had no response in the second half, only managing to hit the crossbar. And for the second season in a row, but with a different manager in charge, Real Madrid lift the Champions League trophy, earning Dad the big one to add to his Glory Hunter cabinet on his quest to catch me up and complete it first. Cracking win.
Easy one, really, at the end of the day. I mean, it took them to the 44th minute before they even had a shot on goal, so comfortable win, even though we missed a penalty in the first couple of minutes, so pleased with that.
I think it's because they had to take off their striker in the 14th minute.
That helped as well, yeah, definitely, yeah. I've had a little bit of luck on the way again.
Yeah, so. He scored a few goals from this season, 16 and 33, Lorenzo Colombo. And you missed a penalty in the 4th minute as well, where we were like, oh, what's going to happen?
He'd have had a hat-trick if he'd scored that as well.
But he got the job done in the Champions League final. Congratulations, Dad. That's a good trophy to add to your cabinet. 2, in fact, that you've added this season alone.
Just missed out on the one the other one I really needed, so I'll be staying.
Yeah,
you will
be. Yeah, I mean, it'd be silly to leave Real Madrid at this point.
I've just got to get that job done, and I say, because you got to get it job done, and you for the FA Cup.
But do I go anywhere? That's the question. I don't know. I think the only way I would go is if a job in Italy came up, which is Europa League.
Yeah, and it's a good team.
And it's a good team.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, I am a little bit silly if I do decide to go.
You've got to stay in England to do that FA Cup, haven't you?
I've got to do it at some point.
You lose one game, and that's that season finished, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the problem, isn't it?
I got to the semi-final last time. I've got a good enough team to get there.
Oh,
a little
100%.
bit of money I think I've got left. Given to me in the chance, but maybe not. I've got a little bit of money. I can maneuver that around. £66 million for the team I've got. Added on to that, maybe a couple of sales as well.
Yeah,
I could definitely do it.
Yeah, I think you could.
But congratulations, Dad. Let's add the 2 trophies to your Glory Hunter cabinet. I'm absolutely gutted that my Chelsea side couldn't quite get that Europa League trophy, but I still need to finish England and win that FA Cup. But a congratulations is in order to Omega Dad after a fairly successful season, and he picks up the La Liga trophy and, of course, the Champions League, putting him level on trophies won so far, and you might say he is now in the driving seat.